What if self-care wasn't just about face masks and bubble baths, but about the space you create for yourself? Minimalism isn't just a design choice, it's a powerful form of self-care. Today, we'll talk about how owning less can free your mind, lower your stress, and help you take better care of yourself. Clutter isn't just a physical mess you can see, it's an invisible weight you carry in your mind. Every single item in your space, from the stack of mail on the table to the unworn clothes in your closet, takes up a tiny bit of your mental energy. It's a constant, low-level hum of unfinished business. Our brains are wired to process everything in our visual field, and when that field is chaotic, it creates a sense of being overwhelmed. Think of it as a visual to-do list that never ends, subtly reminding you of tasks undone and decisions unmade. This isn't just an abstract feeling. Neuroscientists have found that a cluttered environment can trigger a continuous stress response, increasing levels of cortisol. This constant state of low-grade anxiety drains our cognitive resources, making it harder to focus, be creative, and even relax in our own homes. Your home should be your refuge, not another source of stress. This is where minimalism becomes a profound act of self-care. It's like finally exhaling after holding your breath for far too long. That first deep, clean breath is the feeling of reclaiming your mental space. When you intentionally simplify your surroundings, you also quiet the relentless chatter in your thoughts. By reducing the external stimuli, you give your mind permission to rest and reset. This isn't about deprivation or living in a sterile, empty box. It's about curation. It's about consciously choosing what deserves a place in your life and in your home. It's a powerful way of saying to yourself, I deserve peace. I deserve ease. I deserve a space that supports my well-being, not one that competes for it. With every item you thoughtfully let go of, you're not just cleaning your house. You're clearing a path to a calmer, more focused, and more intentional you. So, where do we begin this journey? The thought of decluttering an entire home can feel paralyzing, like standing at the base of a mountain. But we're not going to climb the whole mountain today. We're just going to take a single, meaningful step. Start with one small space where you spend a lot of time, maybe your nightstand, your work-from-home desk, or that one spot on the kitchen counter that seems to attract mail and keys like a magnet. This isn't about a massive overhaul. It's about creating a small pocket of peace that you can return to, a quick win that builds momentum and proves to yourself that this is possible. Now, let's get practical. Take everything off that surface. Everything. Give the surface a proper clean, feeling the satisfaction of wiping away the dust and grime. This physical act of cleansing is symbolic of the mental clarity we're aiming for. Then, one item at a time, pick it up and ask yourself a few honest questions. Is this truly useful to me in this space? Does looking at it make me feel good, or does it carry a weight of obligation or a memory I'd rather not revisit? Does it serve the person I am today and the person I want to become? Clear away everything that doesn't serve you. This is an act of curation, not deprivation. Keep only the things you use often or that make you feel genuinely good. You might find your nightstand only needs a lamp, a book, and a glass of water. Your desk might only need your laptop, a single pen, and a small plant. This process is a meditation in itself, a practice of being present and intentional with the objects you allow into your life. It's amazing how something as simple as a tidy surface can instantly make you breathe easier. The visual noise quiets down, and in its place, your mind finds room to expand. Psychologists often speak of this connection, how our external environment directly mirrors our internal state. By calming the chaos outside, we send a powerful signal to our inner world that it's safe to be calm too. Once you've reclaimed a small piece of your environment, the next step is to consciously dedicate a space for restoration. This isn't about function, it's about feeling. Designate one area in your home as your self-care space. It could be a chair by the window where the morning light hits just right, a cozy corner on the couch, or even a simple cushion on the floor. It doesn't need to be large or grand. Its power lies in its purpose. This is your sanctuary, a physical boundary you create that signals to yourself and others that this is a place for rest and renewal. Now, let's infuse it with peace. Keep it clutter-free and fill it with things that bring you a sense of calm and engage your senses. Think beyond just the visual. What brings you comfort? A favorite blanket with a soft, reassuring texture. What scent calms your mind? A candle with notes of lavender or sandalwood, or an essential oil diffuser. What sounds soothe you? Maybe it's a small speaker for ambient music, or simply the promise of silence. Consider a small plant to bring in a touch of nature, a journal and a favorite pen to untangle your thoughts, or a special mug that feels perfect in your hands, ready for a warm cup of tea. This space is a reflection of your personal needs for comfort. It's not meant to look like a page from a magazine. It's meant to feel like a hug for your soul. This becomes your safe space to recharge. It's an invitation you give yourself every single day to pause, to disconnect from the demands of the world, and to reconnect with your own needs. It's a physical manifestation of the belief that you are worthy of quiet moments and deep, restorative peace. This corner is your anchor in the storm, a place you can always return to when you need to find your center again. In our quest for wellness, we're often told that more is more. More products, more steps, more optimization. But what if true self-care isn't found in adding more, but in intentionally subtracting? Self-care isn't just what you do, it's how easy and joyful it is to do it. The modern world bombards us with choices, leading to a subtle but pervasive state of decision fatigue. A minimalist routine is the antidote. It means stripping away the excess, the obligations, and the complicated steps that secretly overwhelm you, transforming your routines from a source of stress into a sanctuary of peace. It's about creating less friction between you and your well-being. Consider the morning. For many, it's a frantic rush of notifications, caffeine, and a 10-step skincare regimen performed on autopilot. We've been conditioned to believe this is productivity, but a minimalist approach offers a gentler start. Instead of a dozen products, maybe you just cleanse your face with cool water, apply a single, high-quality moisturizer, and then, most importantly, you pause. You stand by an open window and consciously breathe in the fresh morning air. Feel the sun on your skin. This isn't an empty moment, it's a foundational one. You're not just preparing your skin, you're preparing your mind, grounding yourself in the present before the day's demands begin. This simple act of presence can be more nourishing than any serum. The same principle applies to our evenings. We spend our days absorbing information and energy, and we need a buffer to transition into restful sleep. At night, keep your wind down radically simple. An hour before bed, create a screen-free zone. The constant influx of information and blue light from our devices keeps our brains in a state of high alert, making true rest difficult. Instead, choose one simple analog activity. Perhaps it's brewing a cup of chamomile tea and savoring each warm sip. Or maybe it's reading just 10 pages of a novel, allowing your mind to escape into a different world. When a routine is this simple and pleasurable, it doesn't feel like a chore. You'll find yourself looking forward to it, and because of that, you'll actually stick to it. Consistency is where the magic happens, signaling to your body and mind, day after day, that it is safe to rest. True minimalism as self-care extends far beyond your morning routine or your bedside table. It's about being a mindful gatekeeper of your entire life. This means curating what you bring into your inner world, not just things, but also information, relationships, and habits. Start with your information diet. Are you endlessly scrolling through content that leaves you feeling anxious or inadequate? You have the power to curate your feed. Unfollow, mute, and unsubscribe from anything that doesn't educate, inspire, or bring you joy. Create mental white space. This isn't about being uninformed. It's about being intentionally informed, protecting your focus for what truly matters. This curation also applies to our relationships. Relational minimalism isn't about having fewer friends. It's about investing your finite social energy into connections that are deep, reciprocal, and nourishing. It's about choosing quality over quantity. It also means learning the art of the graceful no. Setting boundaries is a profound act of self-care. It honors your own capacity and allows you to show up more fully and authentically for the commitments you do say yes to. At the heart of all this is one simple, powerful question you can carry with you throughout your day. Before you buy the thing, say yes to the invitation, or consume the content, pause and ask yourself, does this genuinely add to my well-being, or does it take from it? Does this align with the life I want to live, or is it just clutter? This question is your compass. It guides you back to yourself again and again. When you consciously protect your space, both the physical space around you and the precious mental space within you, you are doing more than just tidying up. You are building a fortress for your peace. You are affirming in every choice that your well-being is worth protecting. Here's the thing. Minimalism isn't about having less joy, it's about having more of it. When you're not distracted by clutter, you have time for a morning walk, for calling a friend, for sitting in silence, and that is self-care in its purest form. So maybe the best self-care isn't something you add to your life, but something you take away. Create space for what matters, and watch your peace grow. If you liked this video, check out my beginner's guide to minimalism for more tips on simplifying your life. And tell me in the comments what's one thing you're ready to let go of today.